welcome back to the vlog. First vlog of the whole new year. We did post a few videos this year, but that was all like car stuff, and we posted Will's Instagram reel. You are gonna make a left. Today we're going to pick up Eric's first Japanese car. He found it for like a really good price. Tell me more about it, Eric. What kind of car is this?
89 Toyota Supra. Target top, red leather, white.
You hear that, guys? So we're picking up a Supra today. Turbo, automatic, but it's white on red. And I think it looks really clean from the pictures he showed me. So is this your first Japanese car, like actually?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So he's had a ton of cars, and they've all been like American cars, pretty much. There's this place in White Plains, it's called Royal Scarlet's Deli. They have, I think, hands down some of the best sandwiches. Andy showed it to me a few months ago, and I've just been going back there non-stop for sandwiches. So it's probably like my 5th or 6th time going there. Earlier this week, we did that poll of the keychains on my channel, so thank you guys for working on that. I think we got like over 150 votes. So if I can remember correctly, we did option 2, then 3, and then 1. Good news is yesterday, pretty exciting, we went forward with the order for all 3 designs on the keychains, and we also ordered the exact same designs as the air fresheners. So we got 300 keychains and 300 air fresheners coming. It takes about 15 to 20 days for them to get here because they have to be made, obviously, and then shipped to me, but I'm thinking about putting in a rush order for those, so we'll see what we do with that. Later this week, I'm gonna do a pre-sale on the keychains and the air fresheners, and then also I placed a order for the hoodies and beanies. Thank you guys, this has been really exciting. I've never done merchandise before for like actual sale purposes, and for the channel, I've made like shirts for my company before, but I never really sold them, and especially on the YouTube. So I think I've reached a point in this channel of growth and a good following where I can start to create merchandise for you guys. So every sale is going to be fully supportive of this channel. It's gonna help subsidize future projects and parts for the car, so I can do video reviews, installations, and things like that, so I can keep bringing great content for you guys. Look out for that poll. I'm gonna post it later this week. Yeah, let's go ahead and get some breakfast now. This is half a wedge. That looks fire. There's bacon, hash brown, eggs, cheese. Half of this is only $6. There she is. Here we are, Mark III Supra. It's pretty clean. Looks like it's got a custom exhaust. It's got a little paint fade on the trunk here. A little rust spot. Not bad for a 34-year-old car. You brought an air pump?
Yeah, I brought an air pump.
Yeah.
Tires flat?
This one's a little flat, and the back right's a little flat. Wow, the red leather is crazy. 120,000 miles.
Right.
Automatic.
Where's that little stick?
Wow. It's a target top, right?
Yes.
That's great.
I can look, or I can give them to my sister when I see her.
Yeah, these
She
seats
can
are
contact you.
really clean.
I just want to make sure there's
Just a
nothing
little
in the
bit.
front.
This can be dyed.
There is.
You think it needs to be jumped?
I know it needs to be jumped.
I've never been in one of these cars. Mark III Supra. It's got the ECT button for more or less power. It's basically like sport mode. All the new Toyotas have that as well. So for the longest time, I thought these cars were twin turbo, but they're not. Single turbo from the factory, and it even says Toyota on the compressor housing there. Rev this up a little bit.
We need a jump box. I'll have to hook it up to this when we're done.
Alright, so we filled it up to 34 pounds. What was that before?
22.
22?
Yeah.
It's actually not that bad. This one needs air too. I mean, this one looks like it's probably at like 25.
Are you on the ball?
Oh my, I almost just stepped in dog poop again. This one doesn't look too bad, but yeah, just fill them all up. Might as well. This one looks kind of low too. The tires itself are not that bad. Like this one's from 2016, and there's good tread on it.
You were right, 25 pounds in the back.
Really? Yeah, the tires have good tread, so not worried about that.
Out of all places, you step in dog shit in the driveway.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, look at this. My luck ruined my brand new Air Forces. The belts look like they're all in pretty good shape. Hoses aren't cracked or anything. So usually like the hoses are a little dry rotted, but they're not. The heat shield makes the turbo look so big.
See the stock exhaust?
Definitely needs a polish, make it look white again. So we're gonna need double the jumping power. Now we got her car here, and we're gonna double jump to the battery. Never done that before. Yeah, this thing's not starting. Watch it still not start. I'll die. That's more funny than my poopy shoes. All right, let's see if it starts. There we go. Started right up.
The parts going to get a battery for this thing.
It's a new battery.
I'm going to charge it at the house.
Probably needs a really big charge.
Nope.
Oh,
That's crazy. You gotta leave it plugged in for longer, I guess.
besides the new exhaust.
Oh, you got it.
All right.
Just pump the gas.
Was.
I would let it sit for a little bit. That's crazy, it lives right next to a train. That thing blowing its horn, I would not be able to sleep.
Come on, get the phone.
All right, we're gonna get gas.
Dark.
I got a lot of good pictures, got some video of it. Yeah, we're just waiting to see why the car's not starting. We think it's out of gas, so we're going to a hardware store, get a gas can, and then we're gonna pick up
What size is that socket?
10 millimeter probably.
You sure?
I mean, it's a Japanese car, most of them are 10 mil. But yeah, the car did start. It ran while it was hooked up to both jumpers for like a solid 10 seconds, and then the car ran out of gas. The car's been sitting, so I spoke to the lady, and she said her dad bought that car brand new, and I guess when he passed, gave it to her, or she inherited the car essentially. So it took a long time for her to really get the guts to sell the car, because you know, when something like that happens, it's kind of hard to get rid of something like that for something so special. Yeah, I mean, if my father had a great car collection, which he doesn't, and I inherited all that, you know, it'd be the same position. Like, do I want to sell the car? And my grandfather passed away. He left behind his 2000 Accord V6 coupe, and you know, to most people, it's not like a special car, but to him, it was like his near and dear baby. He loved cars just as much as we did. That car only had like 15,000 miles on it. There's an auto parts store right there. Auto Plus Auto Parts. All right, let's try our luck here. Oh, they got Amsoil, nice. Should probably get some for my car. So for the Type R, most people upgrade to 530. Let's see if they have it. They got 520, 020. Oh, right here. 5W30. That would be perfect. I think the Type R takes like 4 or 5 quarts, but that would be for the track day. Right now it takes 0W20, so that's OEM, but we don't need AMSOIL for just regular daily driving. This is cool. It's like a store and a shop all in one. Yeah, these are nice. Brand new red calipers, new rotors. That's sweet. On the road again. All right, so this was Auto Plus, Wilson Auto and Truck. So while I have you guys in the car, at the end of this month, I booked a trip to Colorado. We're going to Denver with a few buddies. We're gonna rent like a Turo and just drive around to all the national parks. And one day we're gonna hit a Vail to do some snowboarding and skiing. And Saturday, probably gonna walk around downtown. There's also a concert at night, James Hype. He's definitely gonna bring the camera out there, gonna get some videos of Colorado. It's been a long time since I've been there, and I've actually never been to Colorado during the winter. So I'm actually really hyped about that. It's gonna be a ton of snow there. I heard the base at Vail is like 120 inches of snow or something crazy like that. And I've only ever snowboarded here in the Northeast, where it's like, you know, puny little mountains, not a lot of snow, it's mostly ice. So going from here to there for the first time is gonna be quite an event. So if any of you guys are in Colorado or Denver, wanna come say hi, feel free to reach out and maybe we can link up. All right, attempt 2. So we just went out, bought this little gas tank.
Oh no! Stay on the throttle.
Keep stalling. I love all these little analog gauges. Got a little boost gauge here, oil pressure. You got, looks like adjustable suspension. That's cool. Honestly, this would be a really cool like 80s daily driver with the target tops and everything. It starts and then just stalls, and now it's not starting at all, even with, you know, the fresh gas and everything. We had it on the jumper for a long time. So
What do you think?
I don't know, it's either, I think it's a fuel issue.
Yeah.
The fuel pump could be shot, like it just could be intermittent, just coming on and off. Maybe a wiring issue related to that. It's not ignition because the car is starting, it's getting spark. Just leads me to believe it's
drive it.
Well, it's definitely not gonna drive, it stalls.
It runs.
Yeah.
How far are we gonna go before it shuts down again?
I don't know. I think it's a fuel issue. Oh. There it goes. Looks like it should be louder than it is, but I guess it's a pretty factory muffler. Got a nice little purr to it. I think we might be good, Eric.
I think so. I think it might just be bad gas, maybe.
Probably was bad gas. Just needed to be started a few times. Get all the crap out of the system. But it's blowing like normal condensation. It's not like coming out white or black smoke or anything like that. Hi, puppy.
Where are you going? We're not going anywhere.
He wants to go for a ride.
You and those nails, get out of the car. Come on, come on, out. Out. Yeah.
That was great.
Long nails were on the seats of the car. Stop. I don't mean to take you for a car ride. I don't know why you...
So I actually switched to my iPhone because my camera battery's dying, but going through the gears, everything seems good. No weird clunks. And this is for the suspension. So we have normal mode and sport. It's like faded out, but you can see that changes when I click normal, and now we're on sport. That's cool. So I'm gonna see if that still works. And then obviously we have power, normal power. So even the new Toyotas, like this, the Tacomas, have this button, and like when you hit that, it gives you a little bit more throttle response. Shift points are different. It's basically like a sport mode. Windows are good. Wow, that power window is great. We're all good. Done deal on the car. It's officially Eric's. So now we're going to back to the shop to return that guy's tool for the plate, and then we're gonna get some gas for it as well. Yeah, the car seems great. It's warmed up now. We're at half a tank. We're definitely gonna fill it up with a full tank of fresh gas, so no more issues. I hope this thing doesn't stall again. That would suck. There we go. And we're rolling. The good thing we filled up the tires. I gotta move this seat up, it's a little far back. Brakes are crusty. Feels good though. For how long this car hasn't been driven, it feels pretty decent. Like, it shifts great. I mean, it definitely has a little wobble here and there, but that's probably because the tires have been squared off on the bottom. It drives straight. Steering wheel's a tiny bit off, but not a big deal. So we just flipped up the pop-ups, see how it looks. There it is. I love those pop-ups. Looks so good. So we put on the ECT power. Definitely feels more responsive. Just filled up a full tank of 93, and it doesn't feel as shaky anymore now that we've been driving it for a little bit. Looks like the tires are probably rounded out again. We're trying the sport mode and the normal mode on the suspension, and I can definitely notice a difference. Definitely feel more body roll on the normal. It's a little bit softer, more comfortable. And then when we put it in sport, it stiffens up a little bit. You feel the bumps a little bit more in the road. I think this car will be an awesome little daily. 34 years old and runs like a champ. So we have it on the highway. We got it at about 70 miles an hour right now, and it feels really smooth. I think I'm starting to dig this thing. So of course, I definitely asked to drive this car on the way back instead of the Jetta, but after seeing like it not start and all that and stalling over and over again, I was a little bit sus about it, and also I've never driven this car before. But now that I'm on the highway, we're at 70, we're cruising, we're in the sport mode, and it feels great. You know, the steering wheel shakes a little bit, but that's obviously kind of to be expected on a car this old. It's got 120,000 miles on it again, so it's not like super low mileage or anything, but it's in really good condition for how old it is and how many miles it has. There's basically no rust underneath the car. Only on the top of the body panels there's some rust, but that's really not a big deal. But underneath the car, it looks really, really good. And I'm happy for Eric. He got a really good deal on this car. And again, I can't disclose the price because he doesn't want me to, but he made out really, really well. He has a lot of room to play with if he wanted to put money into this car or keep it or do mods to it. He's definitely not going to lose out on this. I would consider this a barn find. You know, the car's original owner, again, the car was passed down to the daughter who was selling the car, and she drove it for a few years before COVID hit, and then ever since then she never really drove the car anymore. But you can see now the car's driving great. So we're heading over to Eric's garage right now. We're going to drop this car off and he's going to drive me back home. This is his first Japanese car, and it's definitely a pretty cool one to start with. You know, these Mark III Supras are definitely underrated. You don't see them on the road nearly as much as the Mark IVs now because, you know, those were a lot more desirable. But even these started coming up a little bit in price. I think very good, like collector's edition ones are going somewhere in like the 30s, I believe. I haven't really looked at bringing a trailer or anything like that for the Mark IIIs, but I know they go for around anywhere between like 10 and 30K, depending on if it's turbo, automatic, manual, whatever. But this is a turbo auto, all original Targa, red leather interior, so it's really nice. All right, we're switching cars real quick. He wants to drive on the way back. We're gonna get some highway roller shots of him. So I'm gonna hop in the Jetta real quick. Made it to Eric's shop. Got all his toys in here. I think Eric's just collecting a bunch of junk now. We got bikes, old trucks. There's this Camaro that we saw at the gym the other day. And this is where the Supra is going. What'd you have in here?
A Wrangler.
Oh. All right, we got 3% battery, but Eric's gonna do a burnout.
No way.
I heard the blow valve.
I'll pull the Camaro.
All right, well, we just got back home. Supra's all dropped off. Eric's on his way back home. So that closes out this video. So make sure you guys stay tuned for the drop of the keychains, the hoodies, the beanies, and the air fresheners. We'll see you in the next video. See you guys.